Hi everyone, and welcome to the final week of the 12 crafts of Halloween. I may have said the 12 crafts of Christmas a few times during this, and I'm sorry if I did, but this is the 12 crafts of Halloween, and this is a candy bar holder. And I think it just turned out really cute, and I love the Julie Nutting dolls. And they are just so much fun to be able to do all sorts of different things with. And I had this ribbon in my stash and it was perfect for Halloween. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you need to do is stamp and cut out your Julie Nutting doll. So I did that, and then I also stamped her onto a piece of paper that I wanted the skirt to be the color of. So that's what this is for. And we're going to cut out the skirt so that it will fit over that. And also I have already pre-cut my bag that holds the candy bar. I did this in some glitter paper that I have in my stash. And I used the mini treat Thinlit dies. I got these from Stampin' Up, but they are Sizzix brand, so it's just the mini treat bag Thinlits. If you don't have that, you could just take some paper and fold it around like so, and then fold the bottom over, as long as it was big enough to hold a Hershey bar or whatever candy bar you want to use. But that's what this is. And then this was the leftover, and this is what I covered the candy bar with, so I'll show you that when it comes time to that. But right now I am going to fussy cut the skirt out. So I am just cutting it right along the line. So what I'm going to use for this is some ribbon, some glue dots, some regular tape, some alcohol markers, cardstock, and a candy bar, some Sizzix in her hair, I forgot about that. I'm using one rhinestone for her earring. Oh, I actually cut off that part too. I just want to cut off the top part of the skirt because I'm going to color that bottom part with the Nuvo marker. So you need the Nuvo marker, like I said, and you're also going to need the stickles. Did I miss something? I don't think so. You'll see it as I go along anyway, but I don't think I missed anything. Oh, the spider ring. I thought there was something that I hadn't mentioned. I used a spider ring for that. I wrote down the colors that I used so I could repeat it. So I have her skirt cut out. So I'm going to go ahead and do her skirt first because that's kind of the most complicated part. And for this, I just need some regular tape. So this is just Scotch tape. And I also need some glue dots. And then I need ribbons. And I need my ribbons for this particular skirt cut at about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5, 6 inches. It's not, you know, the size of that isn't that particular. And then I used 3 of each. The stripes and the green. Do I have another striped one over here? I have multiples of green ones, but I don't know if I have any more stripes. Maybe I used it for something else. I'll just have to cut another if I need it. So I'm going to start with the green. Maybe I'll just make this one more green. Doesn't really matter. And I'm just going to pull it over the skirt, and then I'm going to put a glue dot here so that I know that it's stuck onto the skirt part. I'm actually running low of these glue dots. I do have more somewhere. What did I do with those? Oh, they're right there. So I just got more. So actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and put glue dot there. So I'm just putting glue dots close to the front, or close to the top of the skirt where I want the ribbon. This has a glue dot stuck to it, so it's... I use my pokey tool to get these sometimes, and then my pokey tool will get sticky and it kind of then starts to defeat the purpose. Okay, so let's start with the green. And I want it to be on the skirt. And then I'm going to do a colored one. And now that it's, you know, I filled up all of the glue dots on the front, I'm going to take some tape, just regular Scotch tape like I said, and stick these leftover, like the part that I folded over, stick that down to the skirt. And then I'm going to add another few glue dots. And this is just all you do. You just keep on repeating this. And I'm not going to put so many glue dots over on this side because I'm now focusing more on the center and the right side of the skirt. I'm hoping you can see this okay. So I'm just making sure that it's long enough in the front, and then I'm holding it in the back and pushing it against the glue dots. And actually that's not exactly where I want it, because I want these to lay nice. So let me pull that off. Gosh. Okay, let's try that again. I want this to go about like that. And I'll worry about sticking it over on the other end here in a minute. Let's just focus on this part. I want glue dot there. And then I'm going to do my green, or no, I want to do my striped. And I want that to go about to there. So bring that up like that. Now I want the green again. So I'm going to take a glue dot, put it down here, lay this down, and I'm just barely having it go over the ribbon in front of it, or that I had just laid down. So you can see how I just barely had this one go over that one. And then there's clearly still room for some more. And since I'm out of my pre-cut stripes, I'm going to cut another stripe. This is what this looks like. It was from Halloween. It looks like Halloween 2015. It looks like Hobby Lobby. So it's an older ribbon, but I'm sure you can find something that you like. I'll put that one right like that. Okay, so then now I'm going to bring over all of these again, and I want her waist to be, you know, like a regular waist size for the doll. So I don't want it to necessarily be the size of the ribbon. So if the ribbon is too thick, I'm going to fold it in and then bring it down. Like that. And then I'm taking my regular Scotch tape and just taping it down, because this whole thing is going to be taped to the doll, so I'm not too worried about it. And then what I did is I took a glue dot and I put each one of these down onto the skirt, spread out the way I liked it. So I'm going to do that with this one. I'm going to start with the one on the inside and just put a glue dot down and stick it down on it. Put a glue dot down, and I don't care exactly where, as long as it's not on the other one and can still give me enough room. And if you want the skirt to be a little more full, you can obviously do something like this. If you wanted it to lay flat, you could pull it really taut, just however you want it to be. This is crafting and it's fun. And I think it's fun partially because it's however you want to do it. There's no rules in crafting really, just to do what you like. Now I did this kind of with the other one too. I don't know if you can see it, but I put a little spider on her skirt with a little spider web. It's kind of silly, but it's kind of cute. So I am going to do that again. So I think I'm done with the tape. I think. And let's see, I'm going to take my silver marker and I'm going to draw the little web on here. I did the web the last time in black. And then I'm going to draw a little spider. Just for fun. And I took some of the green ribbon and I folded it in half and I used regular glue and just held it and glued it together. And that's how I got the sash on this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again. And I did it to a longer piece of ribbon, so this was some of that, and I'm going to see if I can't get this to work as part of the sash or as the actual sash. And it looks like I can. So I am going to take glue dots and glue this down too. So I'm just going to put one at each end of this ribbon. And I'm going to put it here. And just bring it really tight around. There we go. And now, before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and color her. So I'm going to use my Nuvo marker. This is in the color Urban Graphite. And I'm going to color the bottom of her skirt, which honestly it gets covered up, so it's really not that big of a deal. You could just color it with black or something, but I just like the sparkle. And it feels fancy. It feels like she's going to a really cool ball or something, and she needs sparkles and fancy, even though she's Halloweeny. Or maybe even because she's Halloweeny. I've had fun doing all of the crafts, but this one was probably, or is my favorite. I love the Julie Nutting dolls. I've always loved them. And I don't use them enough, so I was really happy to use one on this. And I wasn't exactly sure how I was going to do it, but I like the glitter in the treat bag too. I thought that was pretty cute. I feel like my Nuvo marker might be giving out. Oh no. I don't even feel like I've used it very much. But I do love it. It's a very pretty marker. So it makes things nice and shiny. And I'm going to do the thing in her hair too, but I think I'll give it after I think I'll do that after I've colored her hair. So her hair I colored with 228 and 44. So I'm going to start with the 228 because this is my lightest color. I'm just coloring all of her hair this color. All right, and then I'm taking number 44 and I'm going to color around the edges, bringing it in, and this will be more of the color that her hair actually ends up being. I colored some of her headband on accident, which is fine though because I'm going to color it with the Nuvo marker. And then I'm taking the light color again and just going over her hair to blend all of that together. Now I'll take my Nuvo marker. Color her headband. And then I did her body in color 229. So let me color this again. Well, not again, but it's again because I colored one already. That's where I was coming from. I'm not sure that's the same color that I colored before, but I said it was, so okay, whatever you say, Tammy. There's a garbage truck out there. If you can hear that noise, that's what that is. Sorry about that. I was wondering what it was. I was like, goodness gracious. Seems like we have different garbage that comes around here so many times a week. There's only 75 houses in this neighborhood, but we all must have different trash companies. I think there's only 2 trash companies too that are in this area, so I don't know how we all have them on different days. But we somehow do. Then I'm going to take the Nuvo marker and color the bodice of her dress, I guess. All right, very pretty. And then I'm going to take the skirt and I'm going to glue this onto the base. And I think I am going to use regular glue for this. Well, I think I am if I can get it to come out. Come out wherever you are. Where's that needle again? Gosh, I keep losing it. Oh, there it is. There we go. All right. I'm just going to hold that in place for a little minute. I feel like I did her hair and her body opposite. It's crazy. While I'm holding that, I'm going to take one of my rhinestones. I'm going to take the smallest one. I'm going to put it as though there's an earring right here. You can't really see it, and you can't really see her ear, I mean, but I'm just imagining it's right there. So there's that so far. And then I'm going to take the stickles and I'm just going to go around the outline of her hair and where all these little curls are with this blackish glittery stickles. Okay, and this one is, in case you're interested, well gosh, I don't know what color it is. Do they not tell us? Oh, right there, Gunsmoke. Couldn't read it because it's white on that Gunsmoke color and it's hard to see. All right, so I'm going to let that dry, and meanwhile I am going to put my bag together. So the bag has score lines. It's hard to kind of see, but they are there. And I can see them up close, but I don't know that you guys can see them on the camera. And then, oops, this one has a score line. So I'm just burnishing it on the score lines, and then I'm going to attach this little floppy panel to the actual bag. And I'm going to use the regular glue for that. Then I want to glue the back of the bag together. So that side to this side. So I'm putting it along the edges of both sides. And then I will also put it on the bottom flap. And then that just gets folded straight up. And there's our bag. Isn't that cool? And then I'm going to take this ring and I'm going to cut off the actual ring portion. Okay, now that I have those as close as I can get them without tearing up the spider, I'm going to put a couple glue dots on that. One on the back and then one that I'm going to go across where the ring was. I did this on another video too. I forgot I was reminiscing about what all the different crafts were. I really like the test tube one too. That one's standing out in my head right now. And then I'm just going to put this about right there. And I'm not sure if her hair is glued or is dry yet, so I'm just going to be careful. And I'm going to put glue on the on the side with the seam. I'm going all the way because this will cover that up. And I'm going to put her over it like this. And I'm going to just turn it over. So now that seam is covered up and she looks beautiful. And I need to get my candy bar. So let me grab that. I think it's in this with all the candy. Yes. So I'm going to put glue on the right side of one of them and on the wrong side of the other edge. And then I will take my candy bar and wrap this around. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing, I'm sorry. And then I'm just wrapping it around and making them meet at the edge. And I'm just going to hold that for a minute. And then the candy bar will slide in and out. When I started making the girl, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do with it. And then when I decided on this, I didn't want the candy bar to be sticking out of the bag without something over it. It just looked kind of silly to me with her being so fancy, and then the candy bar was just sticking out. So that's the reason I decided to put some paper on it. And there we go. That is that. Isn't that cute? I love the way it turned out. I love the Julie Nutting dolls, and I hope that you guys have a very happy Halloween, and I hope that you've enjoyed these 12 crafts of Halloween. I'd love to hear from you, see what you think, but that is the finale. So thanks so much for supporting me and watching my channel. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, and I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye.